Eradicator.
Stream, right? Hello guys, welcome to the channel. This is the Eradicator, and in this video I want to talk about my top 5 and also top 5 flops of Star Citizen for 2022. Now, things were achieved in 2022 and also things have been disappointing. So here we go. We're gonna start first with my top 5, and the number 1 is persistent entity streaming that we're experiencing right now in 3.18. I think it's just quite an accomplishment that's been years in the making, but it is working. When the servers do not crash in Star Citizen over 3.18, it is possible indeed to retrieve items that we might have dropped or left for quite some time. Sphinx X40 is following. Thank you so much, Sphinx X40, for the follow. Yes, we're also doing that live on Twitch too. So and of course, you guys know that persistent entity streaming is a requirement for server meshing. So it's wonderful that we're getting this out of the door. We're not out there yet. Chris Roberts did mention in the letter to the chairman that he wants to strengthen persistent entity streaming to then release server meshing throughout the year of 2023, but still it is done, it is working, and that's already something very satisfying. Next, the next top here. Hello Axis, how's it going? The next top that I would like to talk about here are the $100 million in terms of revenue from the backers. That is also quite an achievement, and we've seen here for the second consecutive year in a row that Cloud Imperium Games have earned money. In 2021, Cloud Imperium Games did not lose money. They made a profit, even though their expenditures have increased quite a bit. And it's really great to see that it's going to be happening again in 2022, probably, with that record funding here of, again, over $100 million in terms of revenue, compared to $86 million last year. Very impressive indeed. The next stop that I'd like to talk about are the dynamic events, because we've had quite a lot of them again this year, including Jumptown 2.0, but also the Siege of Orison. And it's been wonderful to see those dynamic events actually working and being quite effective and fun at the same time. People have enjoyed playing those dynamic events, especially now that there are over 100 players per servers. It's definitely something that feels more dynamic than when there were only 50 people. And overall, I think that in 2022, dynamic events were quite a success here. The next top I'd like to talk about is actually the update of Squadron 42 that we had during SeasonCon. We haven't heard of Squadron 42 for a very long time, but Chris Roberts actually talked for a very lengthy presentation of Squadron 42 over 2 hours. It was actually quite insane. And we even had some footage, because people complain, oh, we never see Squadron 42. We had over 20 minutes of footage during that presentation from Chris Roberts. So, and of course, they did not talk really about the story, but more of the mechanics and all the work that's being done in Squadron 42 that would then get into the persistent universe. But nevertheless, still is a Squadron 42 update. I wish that we could have a little bit more, but at the same time, if we could have like one time during the year a big presentation with that much footage, I think that's quite okay. Last top of 2022, in my opinion, has been planetary navigation. Now NPCs are able to navigate on planetary surfaces, and that's just going to be opening the gates to a lot of different gameplays, with NPCs going by their business and just doing stuff, you know, on landing zones, planets, trading, getting out of their ships to trade or maybe do some bounty hunting. It's just something very exciting. So these are my top 5 positives for Star Citizen in 2022. Now, not everything has been great in 2022, unfortunately, and these are my top 5 flops for 2022. And I think that the biggest drawback I think that we had in 2022 was that we only had one patch, which was 3.17. Still, right now, as I'm making this video, we're still in 3.17.4. So, and it's understandable, you know. We've been waiting for 3.18 and persistent entity stream for quite some time. We're supposed to be coming at you know, at least we're supposed to be in the PTU by the end of this, by the second quarter of last year, and released in the third quarter of last year. It did not happen. It's still not officially released yet, and well, that's a problem, right? So that's my second flop, delays, which again, I'm totally fine. I know it's an alpha, guys, and we don't need to repeat that, right? But still, nevertheless, a bummer to see, you know, some of the features and expectations that we could eventually build. Of course, it's our fault. When we're building expectations, we should perhaps not. I don't know if it's our fault or not, actually. You guys let me know in the comment section down below if I'm being too nice. But still, nevertheless, delays are always a bummer. And I just want to play Pyro, you know. I just want to go and have server meshing and see the game evolve. But, you know, it is what it is. We're going to have to wait, unfortunately, until the end of 2023, perhaps 2024. Likely 2024 for Pyro and server meshing. So it's a bummer, and that's why it makes it into the list of flops. Next is just the overall feeling for the project. It just feels like 2.6, Alpha 2.6 all over again. I don't know if you guys were around there when we had Alpha 2.6, but it's just that you know, it felt like nothing was happening. And it just feels like this is the case all over again. It's a very weird feeling that, like, we see Star Citizen being worked on, we see some progress, but it also feels like there's not much happening, right? And it's very it feels very slow because we're waiting for those two big patches, which were 3.18, which is almost there, and then 4.0. Next. The next flop over there that I'd like to talk about is are the previously hyped features that have gone missing. Guys, we've been told about the Banu Merchantman, right? We've had so many segments in Inside Star Citizen about the Banu Merchantman. Where is it? It's nowhere to be seen, and in fact, it's probably not in development anymore, and that is a bummer already. So yeah, it looks like the Banu Merchantman is perhaps not even coming to Star Citizen next year because they want to be fleshing out the economy first. I mean, I can understand that, but at the same time, when you've been buying a ship 10 years ago and you're being told that your ship is not being worked anymore, you see your ship being worked in Inside Star Citizen, you're very excited, and then it's not being worked anymore, right? Not really excited. Axis in the chat says he doesn't want to be started on the BMM, right? It's definitely a flop for 2022, I think. Next, the other thing that's been hyped and has gone missing are passenger missions. Where are they? You know, we've seen them in CitizenCon 2020. They were on the roadmap. They're gone missing. They completely disappeared, and that's also a bummer in my opinion, because I really don't know what prevents passenger missions from being a thing right now, and I really would like to know why it's not a priority, what has been the blocker, but unfortunately communication has not been made about that. So yeah, that's unfortunate. And finally, the last thing that's missing, well, is Quantum. The last time we've heard of Tony Zurek was again in CitizenCon 2020, sorry, 2021, my bad. And last year, no Tony Zorovec, no update on Quantum. The last update on Quantum that we've had were the combat beacons that appear randomly based on you know, criminality, I guess, criminality levels and how things are safe. But that's about it. And I wish that there was a little bit more. And I'd like to know what the devs are working on right now. It's just not something that seems to be moving. So that's another flop. Now, finally, my last flop for 2022 has been Cloud Imperial Game. I mean, some staff. Now, I would not say Cloud Imperial Game as a whole, but some staff at Cloud Imperial Games. Some staff at Cloud Imperial Games patronizing other players, and I think that was just not cool. Telling us that we should not be making noise during the roadmap update in February last year. I think that was the biggest disaster in terms of PR. Sometimes inside Star Citizen, you know, we were being blamed for not enjoying some segments, but we're not the ones who make the choice. You know, we're not the ones who make the editorial choice for Inside Star Citizen. So if there are moments or episodes or segments that we don't like, we shouldn't be blamed. You know, taste is not something that should be that should be discussed or liked. And I really did not appreciate that in particular. But anyway, guys, that is all for this video. But let me know in the comment section down below, guys, what are your pluses and minuses and flops when it comes to when it comes to Star Citizen. I'd like to know in the comment section down below. Also, guys, we've got a giveaway this month. First, a Nova tank. This is for everybody out there on YouTube who subscribes to the YouTube channel and answer the giveaway question I'm asking in each video. So for you guys, what have been your flops and tops for 2022? Well, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, on the Discord, we have our video sharing contest where we also have another giveaway. And over there, we are giving away a vulture. This is the vulture that I gave away last month, but it was not claimed, unfortunately. So that's why I'm giving away back. So yeah, all you have to do is to join our video sharing contest, and you can also become a Patreon or a YouTube member for automatic access. Guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been the Eradicator, and I'll see you guys later.